And now, your Fox 44 forecast first.
What a beautiful Monday. A lot of sunshine above normal temperatures, and it looks like that trend's going to continue for most of the week. We're sitting at 63 degrees right now in Waco. It's sunshine and quiet down in College Station in 64. Your forecast first, clear skies, 54 degrees at 9. By midnight, 50 tomorrow morning, 43 under mostly clear skies. Some areas down around the Brazos Valley may see a little fog, but not much. We'll talk more about that in the big warm-up for most this week. All that coming up in a few minutes. Fox 44 News starts right now.
Straight ahead on Fox 44 News at 5:30, Governor Greg Abbott came to Belton this morning to get out the vote with early voting starting tomorrow. And a small group that's been leading the justice for Marlin dogs, some found dead and others starving, got to speak with Governor Abbott today. Get the details on how that went. Also, the investigation into a shooting inside of a North Texas school this morning continues. We've got the latest.
Covering Temple, McGregor, and all of Central Texas. This is Fox 44 News at 6.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us for Fox 44 News at 6. I'm Adam Hooper. Governor Abbott came to Belton this morning to get out the vote with early voting starting tomorrow. He also came to reiterate his support for Hillary Hicklin as the District 55 state representative. Fox 44's Earl Stoudemire attended today's rally.
The crowd has been here for over 2 hours waiting to see Governor Greg Abbott and candidate Hillary Hicklin discuss their plans to support Texas and Bell County.
This November, we will fire Joe Biden as President of the United States of America.
Governor Abbott wants to work on strengthening the economy, lowering property taxes, and securing the border.
Most illegal immigrants coming here, they don't care about the law.
Abbott shared how they're working to build a military base at Eagle Pass to prevent illegal migrants from crossing the border. In a one-on-one interview, we asked the governor about his actions, despite pushback from Biden's administration and the U.S. Supreme Court. Abbott says he's following the law.
Unless until Biden steps up and does his job to enforce the border, Texas will continue working every single day to enforce the laws that will secure our border.
Another agenda Abbott wants to work on with the help of Hillary Hicklin is school choice.
Fighting to protect our children and strengthen our families. I will always fight for our children and our families.
Hillary Hicklin joins me, and we will pass a law saying you have the God-given right to choose a school best for your child.
Hicklin is running against current state representative Hugh Shine.
He was a Democrat who voted in Democrat primaries, went to Democrat conventions. Your current representative says you have to send your child to that school.
We reached out to Shine, who says Abbott is making false statements and adds school vouchers are not what Bell County needs.
It's disappointing that he is going to such lengths to defend a costly voucher scam. It's not good for Bell County. This plan will take money from local public schools. It'll raise our property taxes and create another entitlement program for children of illegal immigrants.
Early voting starts tomorrow. You can click on this story online at fox34news.com to find the closest voting precinct near you. In Belton, Earl Stoudemire, Fox 44 News.
Marlin residents also attended the rally, asking Governor Abbott for help in bringing justice after dead and starving dogs were found in the city's animal shelter. 8:45, a small group that's been leading the justice for the Marlin dogs met with Governor Abbott today, and they're asking for the Texas Rangers to investigate. Last month, a total of 11 dogs were rescued from the shelter, and 2 dogs were found dead. People are left asking who's to blame, some pointing fingers at those supposed to be looking after the dogs. Other people are now blaming the police chief for mishandling the case. Jeffrey Rich, who made the discovery, says the chief asked him to delete the video evidence of the dogs and was even trying to hide the dogs' bodies. Dorothy Sanders, one of the community organizers with the Justice for the Marlin Dogs community group, says the meeting with Abbott gave her a sign of relief.
He gave us a couple minutes to really explain what's going on, what we've been faced with in Marlin, Texas, and then we have a nice letter asking, pleading for his help with the evidence packet, to support it. And so he did assure us that as soon as he leaves this campaign event, that's his first priority, is to read the packet and to go through it.
Sanders says she's hopeful the Texas Rangers take over the investigation, but if it doesn't happen, they'll continue to fight for justice. Voters in Lorena ISD will be asked to approve the issuance of $38.9 million in bonds in the upcoming May 4th election. The district's financial advisor estimated there would need to be an increase in the tax rate of 20.7 cents per $100 valuation. The proposal will appear on the ballot in the form of two separate propositions. Proposition A would include elementary school additions and renovations, high school restroom upgrades, band hall expansion, middle school locker room additions and renovations, and dressing rooms at the Performing Arts Center. Prop B would be for high school sports medicine. As efforts to pass a border bill with aid to U.S. allies has stalled in the Senate, a bipartisan group in the House is taking another stab at it, writing their own version. Tensions are rising with Russia following the death of vocal Putin critic Alexei Navalny and Russian troops advancing in Ukraine. With the ongoing surge at the southern border and the escalating war in the Middle East, President Biden is ramping up pressure for Congress to act. A bipartisan group in the House now has its own version of the bill. For 1 year, it proposes suspending the entry of inadmissible aliens at the border, and it would also allow immigration officers to immediately detain and deport certain migrants and bring the Trump-era Remain in Mexico policy.
We are having the discussions in Congress, in the House, concerning the issues of funding not only Ukraine but Israel and Taiwan. There are many members of the House that want to have the discussion about what is the path forward on funding for all three of those entities.
The bipartisan proposal provides more than $66 billion in defense-only funding for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. The foreign aid has been narrowed down to critical military essentials and no longer includes humanitarian aid for Gaza. 10 members of Congress signed a letter supporting the proposal. House Speaker Mike Johnson still hasn't scheduled the Senate's version of a foreign aid bill vote. The investigation into a shooting inside of a North Texas school continues this evening. It happened in Mesquite Private School this morning. Just before 9, Mesquite police responded to reports of a student with a gun on campus. Officers tried to negotiate with the student, and during the process, an officer-involved shooting occurred. The armed student was taken to the hospital with unknown injuries. We don't know the student's age or how it was discovered he had a gun. No other students, staff, or officers were hurt. Take a listen to how one student described what she heard.
I heard gunshots. The principal, she started yelling. It was right outside our classroom. She started yelling to put it down. And then it passed like a few minutes, and all you hear is like the gunshots outside. I was like confused for a minute. I didn't know what to do because I was crying and shaking, and I was really scared. And I have to call my mom just in case.
The shooting investigation is ongoing. 2 Minnesota police officers and fire department paramedic were killed on Sunday during an hours-long standoff. We're now learning more about what led to the tragedy. A vigil held Sunday night in the small town of Burnsville, Minnesota, honoring 2 police officers and a firefighter who were fatally shot while responding to a domestic abuse call. Now, just before 2 a.m. local time, police say they were called to a home over a report that an armed man barricaded himself inside with family members. After hours of negotiations, there was an exchange of gunfire, and the 2 officers were hit. A firefighter was also killed while helping one of those injured officers. Authorities say the suspect also died. 7 children ranging in age from 2 to 15 years old were inside the home. They made it out safely.
Having that happen that close to where you sleep at night is terrible.
Local officials identified the first responders killed as 27-year-old Paul Esterman, 27-year-old Matthew Rouge, and 40-year-old Adam Finseth. A 3rd officer was injured but expected to recover. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz ordered all flags to be flown at half-staff on Monday to honor the fallen first responders. Well, 2 months to go until tax day, but millions of Americans have already filed. Why more taxpayers say they're desperate for a refund. Coming up.
Weather-wise, clear skies overnight and warm weather. Matter of fact, temperatures well above normal all week long. Yeah, it's not going to feel like February, that is for sure. All the very latest coming up next.
This is Fox 44 News at 5:30 with Adam Hooper, MG Montemayor, AMS certified chief meteorologist Mike LaPointe, and sports with Eric Kelly.
Welcome back. Tax day is still 2 months away, but millions of Americans have already filed, and many say it's because they're desperate for the refund. Data suggests this sense of urgency could stem from more Americans relying on a refund. A study from Credit Karma finds 31% of taxpayers say they'll use their refund for more basic necessities. They blame it on the rising cost of living paycheck to paycheck, inflation, and running out of savings. The good news is if your income didn't keep up with inflation last year, you may get more money back because of new IRS tax brackets. But tax pros warn if you took on a side gig last year or sold cryptocurrency, you'll likely owe money come tax day. Looking for a job? Well, the City of Temple can help. City will be hosting a hiring event tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. The event will take place at the Frank W. Mayburn Civic and Convention Center. The city is seeking to fill numerous positions across various departments by those who desire to give back to the community. Those interested in attending are encouraged to bring their updated resumes and prepare for potential on-the-spot interviews.
Weather Rate certified most accurate forecast in Central Texas. This is Fox 44 Weather with Chief Meteorologist Mike LaPointe.
What a beautiful day today. A lot of sunshine, hardly a cloud around, and temperatures running above average. We'll take you down live over toward the Killeen area. Once again, beautiful conditions, blue sky out there. Our live Centex Seamless Gutter Sky Tracker. It's on the rooftop of One Killeen Center. We're at 67 degrees at this hour. Our wind had been out of the south-southeast, right around 8 miles per hour. Check out these temperatures. Once again, made it much warmer than this. A lot of areas were about 5 to 10 degrees above normal. It is 63 right now in Mexia, 64 Temple, Brownwood, 72 degrees at this hour, 70 in Llano. And temperatures as you work your way down toward the Brazos Valley, we've got 64 in College Station and 65 right now in Brenham. Our speeds on those winds have been roughly around 5 to 15 miles per hour in most areas. Not looking bad. You'll notice for the most part, we've got a wind out of the south there in Waco at 11, 14 up in the Hillsboro area, and you can see Burnett south, slightly southwest winds at 7 miles per hour. Our average high temperature 64 to 65 for the week. Well, way above average. 77 expected tomorrow, 78 on Wednesday. Would you believe 80 degrees the high on Thursday? Not going to be breaking any records, but still way above average. There's a little front that moves through, so a little bit cooler, but still above average on Friday. And then as we hit the weekend, we're talking mid to upper 70s for highs, and it looks like that trend at least continues into Monday of next week. And rain chances, yeah, there's nothing going on out there. We need the rainfall, that is for sure. We could always use some rainfall, but right now, over the next week or so, I'm not expecting any rain here in our region. Here's a satellite. Radar, nothing again with the radar. Satellite, nothing much either. A few clouds well to our north in parts of Missouri and Arkansas, but that's mainly about it. You can see pretty quiet weather back off to our west. High pressure dominating the southern plains, and that's why we've been looking pretty cloudless here across the region. 7 o'clock this evening. No problems. If you are headed out, grab a light jacket. It will start to cool down by midnight, upper 40s to around 50 degrees. And then by tomorrow morning, there could be some patchy areas of fog in the Brazos Valley. So be aware of that. I think the farther west you go, we're looking pretty quiet. As we go throughout the morning, notice how the fog dissipates, and that leaves us with mostly sunny skies. Highs tomorrow climbing into the upper 70s. In a lot of areas, we'll be talking 80s out west. I know, this is crazy, isn't it, for February? And then Tuesday night into Wednesday, once again, that low-level jet and that moisture kind of pushes in. So there will be some scattered fog to start the day on Wednesday. But I think as we go throughout the day, you notice how that sunshine just really dominates. Temperature 70s, and again, low to mid-80s off to our west. Your forecast for tonight, mostly clear skies, 41 degrees will be the low temperature, and then mostly sunny tomorrow. I'm going 77 for the high here. South winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour. As we look ahead, once again, your Tanner Roofing long-range 10-day forecast, 78 on Wednesday. There's that front that moves through, but I don't think we'll see much in the way of any moisture. 80 degrees for the high. Behind it, we drop to 70. And again, that 70 still above average for this time of the year. The weekend looks great. Saturday and Sunday, mid to upper 70s for highs, and those 80s may continue next week across the area. There might be some cooler weather, but not for another maybe 10 to 15 days. Other than that, it's going to be pretty warm with nighttime lows in the 40s and 50s. And then down toward Bryan and College Station, 73 degrees tomorrow, 77 on Wednesday, Thursday 80, and again, a beautiful weekend here, 74 on Saturday and 78 degrees for the high on Sunday.
Looking forward to the weekend for sure. We had a fire pit last night.
Oh, how was it?
It was great. It was cold, but it was good.
Yeah, it should be a nice week for that. You know, cools down nicely at night, but I'll tell you, during the day, we're going to see upper 70s and maybe around 80 degrees for highs.
All right, perfect. We'll take it. All right, thanks, Mike. Coming up next in sports, we'll have more on a pair of Baylor Bears who earned recognition from the Big 12 Conference following standout performances this past week.
From the Carlson Law Firm, it's Fox 44 Sports with Eric Kelly.
Well, all of a sudden, Sin City is becoming the center of the sports universe with more and more big events making their way out to Las Vegas. And as of today, that officially includes Big 12 football media days. The conference announces it will hold its annual football meetings out in the desert on July 9th and 10th. And you figure one of the questions for Dave Aranda at those media days will be about the sudden departure of offensive line coach Chris Kaplovich, who is now headed to take the same position at Alabama just over 2 months after the Baylor football program announced his hiring back in December, which means the Bears are now looking for a new man to lead the group up front following Eric Mateos' departure following that 2023 regular season. Over we go now to the basketball court, where it was a clean sweep of the conference awards for Baylor guard Jaden Nunn after the Bears swept their way through a 2-0 week with wins over Oklahoma and West Virginia, as Nunn continues his stellar scoring ways, becoming a bigger and bigger part of that Baylor offense, averaging 23.5 points in the games against the Sooners and Mountaineers, which included a career-high 27 points last Tuesday. He has now scored in double figures in 4 of the Bears' last 5 games, all of which resulted in wins. We'll stick in weekly Big 12 awards now, where Baylor pitcher Mason Marriott, unsurprisingly, is the conference's pitcher of the week, following his standout pitching performance in the Bears season opener against Nebraska on Friday, in which he carried a no-hitter into the 6th inning and struck out a career-high 10 batters in the process. It also marked the first time since 2010 that a Baylor pitcher struck out 10 or more batters in an opening day start. He becomes the second Bear to win a weekly conference award during Mitch Thompson's time with the program. Of course, the one thing Mitch Thompson and company still looking for is that first win of the season after the Bears unable to pick up a win in that opening weekend at Globe Life Field. They'll have that next chance to do so this week. Also this week, some big-time playoff games in both boys and girls high school basketball. We'll have some of those highlights coming up tonight here on Fox 44. For now, that's sports. Adam, back to you.
Thanks, Eric. Here's what's on Fox 44 tonight. Welcome back. One lottery winner should be flush with excitement, but now their winnings are flushed down the drain.
Oh, no.
This makes me sick. A Mega Millions winning ticket worth $36 million is now not worth the paper it's printed on. No one stepped forward with the right numbers, and the deadline has passed. The winning Mega Millions ticket was bought at a Publix supermarket in Jacksonville, Florida on August 15th. The last day to claim the winnings ended on February 11th. Florida Lottery says 80% of the value will now go to an education fund, and the rest will go into another prize offering.
Wow.
I would not want to know.
No, I don't either.
Like, like if I did that, please don't tell me, because that would ruin my life.
I know. Can you imagine?
That would be horrible.
$36 million.
I would beg. I would please. For God, please give it to me.
Just give me like 20%.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Well, anyway, you know what? Our weather's pretty valuable right now.
There you go.
If you like the warm weather. I don't know. Do you like warm?
You know, not 37 million.
Yeah, that's true. I'll take the money too. We're talking above normal temperatures, dry conditions. Temperatures upper 70s, pushing 80 degrees on Thursday. Then we cool it down, Adam, for the weekend, but 74 on Saturday and 78 for the high on Sunday. We're not breaking any records, but still way above average.
All right, let's go swimming. Thanks, Mike. Thank you for joining us. Check out fox44news.com. We'll see you again tonight.